I sometimes think we forget with college football, the players on the field are student athletes. They are students first and athletes second. Make as many jokes as you want about how false that statement is, but look no further than what happened to former top 5 recruit Eyabi Anoma. Anoma had one of the quickest rises to being a superstar and as quick of a fall. But what happened to Eyabi Anoma? Eyabi Anoma is from Baltimore, Maryland, and began playing football through a youth league. He originally attended Randallstown High School, where he would play basketball instead of football. He always had a passion for football, but didn't think he would get much playing time for his former school, so he only played basketball. Going into his junior year, Eyabi transferred to St. Francis Academy, where the coaches assured him he was going to get playing time. During his first full season at St. Francis, Anoma racked up 24 sacks and 60 tackles. From the beginning of the season to the end of the season, Anoma looked completely different on film. Although he had already had Division II offers to play basketball in college, his recruitment began to pick up in football. As he gained more exposure, the more offers would come. In a 38-0 loss to IMG Academy, Anoma impressed against elite-level players. It was the second time the defense had allowed 38 points all season, the other being in their loss to New Jersey powerhouse Paramus Catholic. He told USA Today, "After the IMG game, the offers really started going up. The rankings came out a couple of weeks later. I didn't know if I was going to be ranked at all. When the rankings came out, Anoma was the second best player in the class behind Xavier Thomas." He told USA Today, "It just kinda happened. I've always been a competitor. Anything I do, I never want to just be okay. I want to be the best." Though he said he would have traded all that to have beaten IMG that season. The 6'5", 230-pound defensive end earned offers from Alabama, Maryland, Penn State, Michigan, Wisconsin, South Carolina, and many others throughout the season. He planned visits to Alabama that spring and hoped to arrange trips to UCLA and USC, among others. As a senior, he helped the Panthers finish 12-0 and win their second straight Maryland Interscholastic Athletic Association A Conference Championship and the first conference playoff in 5 years. Finished the season leading his team with 98 tackles, which is rare for a defensive end, while also racking up 22 sacks, 4 forced fumbles, and 3 fumble recoveries, as the team allowed just 65 points all season and only once gave up more than 1 touchdown in a game. They finished the season beating Bingham High School from Utah 41-3 in the Geico State Championship Bowl Series in Phoenix. He was named the Baltimore Sun Defensive Player of the Year and played in the Under Armour All-American game. In the final 24/7 Sports Composite rankings, Anoma was a 5-star recruit who was the best player in Maryland, best weak side defensive end, and 4th best player in the 2018 class. He decided to commit to Alabama over the likes of Florida, Georgia, Maryland, and Michigan. He told the Baltimore Sun, "I just love Alabama. My first visit down there, I just fell in love with the Crimson Tide. They compete every single day. Every single day is like a game, and I like that. I like to compete against the best. I like to push my body to the limit, and that's why I chose Alabama." He wanted to go somewhere where he could prove himself and not just be given an opportunity. He was also going to be moving to the outside linebacker position for the Crimson Tide, who was excited to make the tough transition. As a freshman, Anoma did not see much playing time, being used sparingly. He finished the year with 9 tackles, playing in 12 games during the 2018 season. He caused a bit of a stir after the season, entering the NCAA transfer portal in February before withdrawing his name a day later, following a conversation with Nick Saban. Although it did not look like he was going to be a starter for Alabama during the 2019 season, he was viewed as being the first person coming off the bench, becoming a major contributor for the Tide. In late March, Nick Saban told the media he's doing a good job, he's working hard, he's learning a lot, he's doing much better in school, being responsible and trying to do the right thing and respond to people the right way. He's certainly making a very positive contribution to the defense. I certainly think that's our expectations for him, and if he continues this way, I'm sure he's going to be making a huge impact. Then, in late July, Eyabi made headlines once again when reports came out he was not attending classes. If he was not enrolled in attending classes, he would be unavailable for any athletic activities. Then in early August, it came out that Anoma was expelled from Alabama for an undisclosed reason and transferred to the University of Houston. Anoma was forced to sit out the 2019 season due to the NCAA transfer rules, and a few months after the season, he was dismissed from Houston as he still struggled in the classroom, skipping classes, clashing with teammates, and violating team rules. When he entered the transfer portal again, there were no FBS teams willing to take a chance at Eyabi as he looked for his 3rd team in as many years. Instead, he transferred down to the FCS level to Tennessee Martin. Corey Kinnan from Fanside wrote, "This seems to be Anoma's last chance to earn his keep as a college football player, but his time at a high-profile program seems to be permanently over. and his path to the NFL has gotten far harder. Anoma seemed to take responsibility for his actions from the previous few seasons, writing on social media, "It has been very draining emotionally, physically, and mentally. However, I would like to apologize to the staff and my teammates at the University of Alabama, as well as the University of Houston, for my actions prior to today. I am learning every day that every action has a consequence, and it is my responsibility to decide whether or not my actions will be positive or negative. As a young man, I could only take things one day at a time and continue to transition into the man that God wants me to be. I want to say thank you to my supporters and family for not giving up on me when things started to get difficult." He decided to transfer to UT Martin to be closer to his family as well. Due to being a two-time transfer, he was once again forced to sit out the season. He put in the work in the weight room, putting on 25 pounds. Jason Simpson, father of Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson and head coach at UT Martin, told On3 when he first got here at 238, he was long and fast. Now that he's 260 plus, he's powerful too. He is certainly talented, and most of the NFL teams have been here to see him. They watch him practice and they go, "Oh my goodness," and "we'll be back." Anytime a guy transfers twice, you got questions. And Eyabi knows that, but hopefully he'll do well and hopefully can use this as an opportunity to get to the NFL. He impressed in practice throwing a pulling guard across the field with one arm, impressing his head coach. In his return to the football field, Anoma racked up 6 sacks and 9.5 tackles for a loss, entering the second round of the FCS playoffs. Eyabi may not be an NFL caliber player yet, but if he is able to stay focused in school, he could be playing on Sundays one day. He has all the talent in the world, he just needs to choose not to hold himself back. If there are any high schoolers or college athletes watching this video, if there's one thing to take away from this video, your grades matter as much as your performance. I wish Eyabi Anoma the best and hope to see him playing on Sundays in the future. But what do you think? Did Eyabi Anoma save his career transferring to UT Martin? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, check out my video on the loaded 2023 quarterback class right here. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, remember to embrace the grind.